Ladies and gentlemen, the Tennessee Titans have just fired head coach Mike Vrabel after 6 seasons coaching this team. Wow. Wow. That is crazy, dog. That's crazy. So, is he not being traded to New England? Like, what's going on? We'll go over it. Let me go ahead and tell you my thoughts on this. The Titans, we're not good record-wise for the past 2 seasons. You look at the downfall last year, 7 straight losses. Then you go to this year with a 6-11 record, and then you go into the fact that we were 1-5, I believe, in the AFC South this year. So, if you can't win in the division, that's bad. And not only that, but there are sources out there that were also saying that Mike Vrabel wanted to hire Ryan Cowden instead of Ran Carthon as the GM, which was an Amy decision, not a Mike Vrabel decision at the time, and he wanted Ryan Cowden. So, am I shocked by this? In a way, yes, because I didn't think they were just going to straight up fire him. I thought they should have just waited a minute, but Bobby Slowick is out there. And that is probably why they said, we can't go any longer with Mike Vrabel. Man, times are changing in Nashville, people. Derrick Henry might not be back next year. Ryan Tannehill is probably not going to be back next year. I'm about 95% sure that's not going to happen. And now Mike Vrabel? That is crazy. I am shocked that... I'm not shocked that they fired him. I'm just shocked at the fact that they just said, fuck it. Ooh. In my word, and this is my opinion. This is my opinion on this. Now, this just dropped, so I was like, oh shit, gotta go make a video. But the man wanted power. And I don't think you guys understand this when I say the guy wanted power. Why did he want somebody to be the boss of the GM and demote Ran Carthon, who literally just got here and got you Tajay Spears, got you DeAndre Hopkins, got you Will Levis, got you Daniel Brunskill's all right, but he got you Ari Key. And he signed Jeffrey Simmons to a big-time contract so we don't have another AJ incident. And you want to hire a John Robinson assistant? Come on. The guy wanted too much power. You could tell the ego was getting too much. And like I said, I'm surprised they said, fuck it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's time. It's time. Which is crazy because you would think that, I always thought, and I was one of those people who thought Mike Vrabel would bring us a Super Bowl one day. I really thought that. I really straight up sat here and thought that Mike Vrabel was going to win us a Super Bowl one day. Because you look at where we went in the second year. You look at, led one of the best offenses, Arthur Smith, led one of the best offenses in 2020, and then in 2021 we got the 1 seed, and you would think that, hey, that this would all pan out and eventually would get there. But what started the fire was trading A.J. Brown. And everybody knows that, duh. But that's what started it, obviously. And then not only that, but you look into the next year. We start off the season 7-3. We start off 7-3 to start the year. Personally, honestly, I think the downfall was that Bengals game. that Bengals game, then John Robinson was all right, was like, all right, we can't keep winning with this roster. All right, we're gonna get rid of AJ Brown and all that. Yep. But then we go into the next year, 7-3, and you lose 7 straight. Is that John Robinson's fault? You start the season 7-3, and you lose 7 straight the rest of the way. And you mean to tell me that that's on John Robinson? I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. And then you go into the next seat, and then you go into this year. We score 15 points in the first game of the season. Then you go into the next game, which we beat the Chargers at home, but then you go into Cleveland, and you only put up 3 points. Then we destroy the Bengals, but then I believe we played the Colts the next game, and we only put up 16 points, and we still haven't run a road game since the Packers game. Mike Vrabel, if I'm correct, let's see. Bengals, we lost to the Chargers on the road. No. We were here. Last season, it was the, I want to say it was, God. The Chargers was 1. We started off the year, 0-6 on the road this year? I want to say, and then we beat the Dolphins this year. Where are we, 1-8 or something like that on the road in the past 2 seasons? All I know is it's bad. It's bad. All I know is it's bad. It was bad. And you can't blame John Robinson for that. Sure, the roster is bad, but when are you going to realize that Mike Vrabel might have had a hand in picking some of those players? And why does he want, and if John Robinson got fired, why does he want Ryan Cowden to be the GM? That doesn't make sense. You don't hire an assistant to the manager. You don't hire the assistant manager if the regular manager was bad, because he's probably teaching the assistant manager how to be bad too. So why would we want something? The point was to get rid of all that. So why are we promoting it? Excuse me, why are we promoting it? I don't know. That's crazy. And then you look at not only that, but you got a future quarterback. You got a future quarterback behind there. And he's getting crushed every week. Ryan Tannehill's getting crushed every time he's out there. What if Mike Vrabel wanted Andre Dillard and not Rand Carthon? What if Mike Vrabel wanted, I'm trying to think, who's another bad player? The roster's bad. There's so many to choose from. But the biggest one is Andre Dillard. What if Mike Vrabel wanted Jalen Duncan and Rand Carthon said, no, we need a receiver? You know? The point is, this collaboration was not going to work. You can't just bring in an outside perspective and mesh it with Mike Vrabel. It's not going to work. Mike Vrabel wants to be the team. That is the point. He wants to be the organization. He wants to be the alpha. He wants to be all of it. That's the point. And the funny thing is, yesterday I was hooping and I was like, they're going to fire Mike Vrabel. They're going to fire him. And they were like, no, 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 the roster's bad. I'm like, okay, but Mike Vrabel picks some of those players. He's like, no, no, the head coach doesn't do that. I'm like, then why did we start off the season 7-3 and lose 7 straight after that? Do you want to use that roster excuse again? You still want to use that as a crutch? Come on, guys, get with the times, man. Mike Vrabel I'm tired of his conservative ways. I'm tired of all this and that. I'm tired of it. I want a football team that puts up points every week. I want a football team that is going to make the playoffs a lot. I want a team that's going to win us a Super Bowl one day. I don't think Mike Vrabel was going to be that guy. I think he's too much. I think he's in his own way, He was in his own way, and that's what happened. That's what happened. Now, here's what I will say. Y'all need to stop playing with Amy Adams, bro. Myself included. Y'all need to stop playing with her. She was not... We were all like, oh, well, Amy's emotionally attached to Mike Vrabel. Oh, well, she wants him to stay here, and forever, and be here forever. Not today. She said, fuck that. She said, this is my team. This is how I'm going to do it. And you are not going to be a part of it anymore. She said, fuck it. Man, Amy Adams was not playing today. Woo! She said, yeah. And I wonder what was asked in that office. I wonder what was asked. Why is Traylon Burks not producing? Why are these injuries happening all the time? Why is Will Levis on his ass every week? Those are questions Mike Vrabel had to answer. Why are we not putting up points? Why haven't we scored 30 points in 2 years? Those are questions that were asked in that room. I think the Titans made the right decision. And you could say all you want to about, oh, well, this organization is dumb for that. You can say all you want to. But Rand Carthon brought analytics in, which is what this team was missing for a while. And this team, the analytics, the data, the science, the medicals, the medical portion of it, he brought all that. He brought all of it. You can't just sit here and tell me that Mike Vrabel was going to carry this team to a Super Bowl. You can't. We're not putting up points. In today's NFL, you got to score. We barely scored in some games. There were a couple occasions this year where we didn't even put up a touchdown. And you can't blame that completely on the roster. You can't. So I'm assuming that Amy was like, yeah, you're not going to be part of the 100 million 8 draft picks because we don't want you to mess that up. I will say this, and I will end it here by saying this. Mike Vrabel, though it was the right decision to fire him and try to go get a shot at Bobby Sloak, which is a 49ers guy, or go get a shot at Ben Johnson or Jim Harbaugh, but I can't see him leaving Michigan. They just won a national championship. Like, why would he leave? That doesn't make sense. Mike Vrabel brought this team to better heights. We made the playoffs for the first time in over 10 years with him. We won, we won playoff games. 2, to be exact. And that's another reason. We only won 2 playoff games with him. Come on. And then, this organization was better. I think, Derrick Henry, and that's another thing. With Derrick Henry leaving, how good is Mike Vrabel without Derrick Henry? How good is he without Derrick Henry? Maybe that was another question. How are you going to be without Derrick Henry? It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, dog. Amy Adams was not playing today. She said this losing is just not good enough. This ego conservativeness is not good enough. We need something else. And I'm telling you, Rand Carthon is going to bring us a solid team. It's on him to find the coach now. So I'm assuming Rand Carthon can run the team now and not Mike Vrabel anymore. Man, crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'm going to do an off-season review. But man, crazy start to the off-season, if you ask me. Anyways, it's been your boy Sportacular. I'm out. Peace, y'all.